it looks turquoise. Pardon me. The only oddball is this brown one. But I thought, hey, you know what? Why not? There is some type of rustic brown in there, here and there. And even here, there's some little, a little bit of everything. But that's what I'm looking for, color coordination. So I'm looking in my, under here, got that one. I don't want to use that one yet. Here is a good time to use this orange. You notice orange is the basic color throughout this hexagon. So here is my cross line, or my 1/4 inch line. I'm going to start right at that corner. Make sure they match. I'm going to get my tweezers. Kind of, it's like my second little fingers. It really helps. And not only that, it helps me from going under the presser foot. My foot is on the foot control. If I accidentally touch the foot control, I am going to sew my fingers. So just caution, always use caution. Okay, now I'm going to stitch 1, 2, 3. I'm going to back stitch 1, 2, 3, forward stitch 1, 2, 3, and I forgot to look underneath to make sure that that fold is facing me, or that stitch, the seam. There's so many different words for that. Okay, that one is sewn. Again, I'm flipping it over. It looks wonderful. My crossroads are right there. Picking up all those points, matching them up. Once I match them up, I take that seam and I flip it over away from me, so it's folded over like that. With my tweezers, pinch that, slide that. Let me see, where am I at? Because I need to twirl it or pivot. Drop my needle down. I'm going to pivot that like so. I'm good to go. 1, 2, 3, back stitch and forward stitch. There is my crossroad, the opening, and I want to make sure that I stop at that crossroad on the orange hexagon, back stitch, and that's done. Again, I like to open it up. I want to see how it's looking. Now I'm going to take this one, turn it this way. Pardon me. You do have to move your pieces around. I'm going to get the 3 points. That's the first thing I do, is I get the 3 points. Once I get the 3 points, I get my tweezers. Everything else can be adjusted as I go. This is where I want to make sure that I'm placing those pieces down first. Drop my presser foot, drop my needle. Now I can pull that point, fold that piece down, that turquoise color one, and stitch till I get to that point. Back stitch, forward. You have to go very slow, by the way. Going fast is not going to help you. Okay? That one has been added. And it's getting bigger. Okay, now that I've added that one, looking at what I have here, and let's take a look. So the last piece will be here. Okay, what haven't I placed there? I have a piece over here somewhere. Let me see. There it is, right in front of me. Okay. And I want to take this piece. I didn't mark these. I don't know why. What made me forget, but every once in a while I forget to mark them. But it is really important that you mark them. I'm not going to second guess it anymore because I have used my, pardon me, my seam ripper a lot, and because I did not create the lines, so I'm not going to do that anymore. From now on, I'm going to start adding the lines. So there is my crossroad. I'm going to kind of move that out the way so you can see. Back stitch, forward stitch, back stitch, and pick up your presser foot or your foot control. See, this one has the same. All this is washable and erasable. So the last one, you notice that I did mark it with a seam. Slide that under. Drop your needle down, drop your needle down. Once you've got that needle down, you're pretty much good to go. Just make sure your corners match. And my headphone is falling again, and I have it as tight as can be. I don't know what makes it slide off of my ear, off of my head. Okay, I shifted that a little bit, and if you do shift it, you are not going to match those corners. I'll guarantee you that. And that's when your seam ripper becomes your friend. Okay, so I'm going to slide over here, pardon me. Oops, and my foot control's going with me. Okay, so now we're going to open this up, and I dropped some pieces on the floor. No big deal. Okay, so let's open this up. I'm going to stand up and show you how beautiful that looks once you add it. And like I said, I need to add one. Like I said before, we need to add one right here. So I've got that one. I've got that one. Got that one. I'm going to have to mark one of these. But before I do that, I want to look at all of them. My eye has to catch the right one. I like this one because it has that sort of turquoise color. Once I add this, the next row is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They get, when you add them on the sides, and I'm not adding anything on this side, that's going to be last. I'm adding just on the one side because it doesn't make any sense to add them on both sides. So I'm going to add this one. My next row will be 8 of these hexagons. And what you're looking for is this, to make sure you have the correct amount. So I'm going to add 2 rows of 8, and then I'll go to the side and do the same thing like I just showed you. And this started off only the flower, and I said to myself, can I make it bigger? And that's when I started looking at videos, and everybody does it very differently. Some people do EPP, which is English paper pasting. I've done that before. I don't like sewing it and then having to remove the paper. Sometimes you sew the paper and you're fiddling with the paper and you wash it, you're always going to have paper in there. Some people use cardboard and they sew it by hand. I don't want to sew by hand anymore now that I know I can sew hexagons on my sewing machine. I mean, I don't want to work twice as hard. Okay, just a word thought. Now I'm going to take my hexagon. I'm going to place my iron on my cookie tin. Here's a tip for you. If you buy these cookie tins, look at that. The iron fits right on there. Excellent. And now we're going to press these. And what I do is I look at how, I'll turn it this way. All of these are being pressed a certain way. And I don't want to fuss with it. I want to press it the way I am pressing it. Okay. Notice that's going, let's see. Actually, it's this way I want to look at. Okay. So these get pressed like so. Press. And there goes my headphones. You gotta hold it with one hand. Press. There is that fold that I have must have ironed it down. It's only a few stitches. That isn't going to hurt. Just press it. Because at the end of all this, once it's all the size I want, I'm going to sew a stitch in the ditch. It's going to take some time. Oops, top. That nestled in there really nice. Turn it around. Press, press. Press, press. And that is done. For some reason that came out a little bit wonky. But on the back it looks really good. Maybe it's just this edge that is, I cut it wrong. Okay, but either way it still looks very beautiful. Like I said, it's the first time I've ever done this, so I'm going to add a piece at this corner. This one's already added. If I do add pieces on this corner, then the next row is going to need 9 pieces. So that's how that works. All this marker are all washable, erasable. And these are washable. The other ones are iron. You press the iron and it just instantly takes it away. But the purple is a washable, so I'm not worried about any of that. So that's how you add pieces by hand. And the other way to create your pieces for the row is you would take your piece. First thing I'm going to do is look at my color scheme and see what I have there and which colors I'm going to use now. I'm going to use this one. So I need to make 1/4-inch lines like I have on these 3. It's really simple. Make sure you're going to mark it on the wrong side. I'm going to take it over here just to show you how I do that. Wrong one. It's over here. Right here I have the 1/4 inch seam allowance. These dots are all 1/4 inch. I take my hexagon that I used a template. I purchased templates. That's how I got this cut out. I was using cardstock for a while, and every time I was using the cardstock I kept cutting it, and I'm like, uh-oh, it's getting smaller and smaller. Started off with paper, then with thick cardstock, but when you cut you end up getting it smaller and smaller. So I went ahead and ordered a set of 6 of different sizes, and that's how this has been a scent. It really has helped me a lot. So I'm going to lay this hexagon side right on this line here. There is my 1/4 inch. Place a ruler, whatever you've got. This is a washable piece. Let me pick up that piece I just dropped on the floor. I'll show you. See? Now I'm going to press this and it instantly comes off. So I'm glad I bought these. Really am glad. It's been a sewer's delight. And my headphones are falling again. I'm sorry. Don't want to get everybody busy. Okay. And there's my first 1/4 inch line. Second. I don't know if you're able to see what I'm doing. I'm looking at the camera, just making sure that, as you can see, I have another camera. It's my second camera, so I can make sure that I'm doing this correctly and showing you correctly. Oops. I tell you, it has to be precise. There's my 1/4 inch guideline. You can also call it that. Turn it around. Oops. The ruler. Okay, first piece is done. If you flip it over, it has a little pattern on it. I don't know if you can see that. Got the first one, and I'm going to just do a few of them. These have been done already, so it's 3. I want to get some of these now. Let's see, did I use this one? No. Let me use one of these. That's 3, 4, 5. I didn't use this one. 5, 6. Use this one. 7. And let's see, I didn't use the green. I used it at that end, so now I'll use it at the top. So all these have to be marked. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 5, 6, 7, no, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if I want this one. 5, 6, 7. Let me get, I'm taking a look here. 5, 6, 7. Let's get this one. No, I've already got too many florals. 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. This one's already marked. Remember, you're marking this all on the wrong side, but you match them up on the right sides. It takes a little while. There are templates that have cutouts so you can put your pin right in there and you don't have to have a ruler. It's one complete piece. But then I'm trying to save money, and the 6-piece only cost me $6. I've seen the other rulers, the other hexagon rulers, and then it gets a little pricier because it has more options on it for you to create your hexagon. Some of them have the area where you can place a rotary cutter and all kinds of little stuff, but then you're talking about, price, and I want to save money, because with that extra $10, $20, I could buy more material.